Greg Austin, Charlie. Fadia Syed, Bram. Vivian Apara, Tanya. And last but not least, Sophie Hopkins, April. I understand for the cast at least, that was the first time you'd seen that episode. What was it like seeing it for the first time on the big screen and surrounded by all your classmates?
I'm still shaking.
Yeah, no, really exciting to see. Like Viv's performance especially was just just filming with everyone and just actually getting to see it on the big screen, especially in London Comic Con, for us, it's like a dream. So thank you.
Well, Patrick, the anticipation for Class was so high before the show even launched. What's it been like now getting to see the response to the first few episodes?
It's been, can y'all hear us? Is that, yeah?
You might have to lean in.
I'll lean in.
The mics.
Hello. It's been really great. Because creating a brand new Doctor Who spin-off is a carefree, happy-go-lucky enterprise. So all you can really concentrate on doing is just really trying to make the best show you can, make the most special show you can with the most real people and most real characters in it. And that's just really what we spent months and months trying to do. And so the response for the past 2 weeks has been fantastic. It's been so great, really supportive, and really loved the reviews. The Mail even liked us. Yeah. They might not after that, that's been what a lovely pleasure.
And Derek, how easy or difficult was it to establish the tone and the atmosphere of Class? Because it is very different to Doctor Who.
I think, it all comes down to having a great team. And right from the start, with Patrick's scripts, we knew we had something different from Doctor Who here that we really wanted to make feel as different as possible. And we also were very conscious of our audience. Our audience, you guys, all are very sophisticated. You watch fantastic shows on HBO and Netflix. You have a great pedigree in movie watching. And we wanted to create a show that really met that standard, that expectation. So right from the start, we were drawing on big references from movies we liked. A lot of horror cinema came into it. A lot of modern cinema came into it on every single level. So from lighting to camera work to style to how we approach telling the story of these characters. So in every single aspect, we were drawing on big references from things that we loved that felt were tonally right for the show and for Patrick's writing and the stories that he wanted to tell.
It all starts with the script.
Oh, yes.
That's where it begins, that's where it ends.
And I think that having Patrick so central to the process was so vital to us to make all of that really come together and gel. But it was a real ambition to make this feel different and sophisticated and like nothing you've really seen on British TV before. And I think that that's what we really wanted to do right from the off, was create a sophisticated show that the audience would not expect to find sitting on iPlayer on a Saturday morning. And I hope you all feel that we've achieved that. We really wanted to make it feel like something every week you'd be getting another little bite of a movie, and that you were really kind of engaged with those characters because of the way we tell those stories.
And Vivian, first of all, congratulations on that performance. Just absolutely superb.
Thank you.
Tanya does really come to the fore in that episode.
Yeah.
So what was your response the first time you read that script?
I was just like, this is horrible. But I don't know, because I've never lost someone that close to me, but in that way. But I think everyone knows the sort of pain of losing someone, not like a family member, but yeah. So just and grief is a really complex, and it's hard to get out of your system because there's so many layers to it. It's a bit like love. So just being a teenager and everything being like the biggest deal in the world to me right now, I was just like, yes, I get to indulge in my feelings. But it was hard to do it honestly, but yeah, I just thought it was really, it was just so smart. Like, it was just so smart. And like the way she killed him was so, well, attempted to kill him, was very smart. And it was just playing off those layers of grief. But yeah, it was a fun episode.
And Fatty, Ram has been on his own. Ram has been on his own emotional roller coaster, I think it's fair to say, across the 3 episodes we've seen so far. Again, what was it like for you to play that? And also, when you read this script, were you relieved not to be showered?
There's actually a campaign going on, like, for protect Ram and make sure that there's no blood covered on his face. But yeah, no, I'm quite happy. But it was goo, so it's kind of similar. But
Disgusting. The goo
yeah,
was
no,
disgusting.
I actually read a funny tweet that said, "I think Patrick Ness likes seeing Fadi El Said suffer." Maybe, I don't know, but I thought, I mean...
Have you met you?
No, but, I mean, when I read the episodes, it's not like it's done just for any reason. Like, I mean, I actually really enjoyed them scenes and love putting, you know, stories like that out there because it's really emotional. Like, the scene when Rachel dies, it just wasn't a case of just having blood on her face. I feel like that makes it so much more gory. Like, your girlfriend's blood is on your face. Like, that is weird. And then obviously with my leg... yeah, very weird. And then obviously the leg as well. Don't stop. Yeah, no, and the leg as well. Again, it was a very, very, very emotional scene. So I don't mind the bloody scenes. I feel like it's very real and it helps me.
It's never sort of
it's never just
for
there
like
for no reason.
a gross reason. It sort of adds the impact of like, if someone got stabbed in front of you, you're getting their blood on you, and that's gonna stay with you, and that's why
and it's stayed with everyone. I mean, everyone's talking about it, so it's cool.
I must admit, I didn't see April and Ram happening.
No one did. No one did.
So, Sophie, what did you think when you read that development, and where is that relationship heading?
I can't give away too much about where it's heading. I mean, you saw a clip in next week's episode preview, so that kind of says it all. But what I really liked, and with Patrick's writing, is that relationships aren't there because it's like happy and fluffy. They're there because there's substance to it and there's a story, and it's a story that needs to be told. As with Charlie and Mateusz's relationship and with our developing relationship. And also, it's never easy. So I think reading that in the script was really lovely, that it's not all sunshine and lollipops, because what relationship is. Yeah, you'll see.
But that's funny you say that, because no one actually expected it to happen.
No, I expected it.
Well, yeah. No.
Chemistry was there. Come on.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, no. Even when we was filming it, I had no idea people would, you know, want Ram and Tanya to get together. But then when I watched the first...
Yeah.
Huh?
Is that a thing?
Yeah, loads of people.
Yes, it's
thought
everywhere.
from the
Everyone
first
thinks...
episode.
Everyone's like shipping us. Everyone's like shipping Ram and Tanya, yeah.
No.
So yeah, no, I had no idea, but it is what it is.
Well, Jordan, Charlie and Mateusz's relationship has already taken great strides already, just in those 3 episodes.
Yes.
Again, where is that heading? What kind of hints can you give us about how the relationship plays out?
First of all, what's up, London Comic Con? Bucket list. My bad. It's gonna go up. It's gonna go down, like every relationship. I don't want to say anything. I don't want to. Can I? What should I? No.
Well, Greg, we've already seen Charlie evolve so much across the 3 episodes. He's already a very different character to the one we saw, I think, in the first episode.
Yeah.
Is that going to continue across the series? Are we going to continue to see him learn new things and grow and develop?
Oh, yes. There's, towards the end of the series, especially, there's a lot of stuff he goes through. Some big choices, some big moments towards the end of the series, and a lot goes on between us. It isn't just all happiness. It isn't just all fluffy, lovey-dovey stuff. It's, as with any relationship, that goes through all aliens and stuff, you know, it gets hard, it gets difficult. But no, we have some big scenes to do, and I mean, he's been amazing to work with, this boy. We love each other to bits, Greg Austin.
Greg Austin.
No, but it's been great, and Charlie's got just you wait. It's the end of the series. Big moments.
Fantastic. Well, we're going to have some time for fan questions. I'm sure you guys are just chock full of questions. So there is a mic there and a mic there. If you want to queue up, and we will come to you shortly. Just while that's happening, though, I know there have been a lot of comparisons between Class and Buffy. People say, is Class the new Buffy? What I want to know is, when are we going to see the Class musical episode?
It's coming. No, we've joked about this because Fuddy's always singing all the time. Me
when
and
you
Greg
see
are
the behind the
always
scenes,
dancing.
behind the scenes is the Class musical.
Yeah.
Everyone is constantly singing and dancing.
We're having a tap number, right? We're doing a tap number, right?
My favorite thing about the Buffy musical episode was clearly that Alison Hannigan cannot sing. And I so sympathize with that. Can you imagine being an actor who can't sing and then reading this script? And so she sings one line, I think this line is mostly filler. So a big fan. This feels like a town council meeting, and we're about to get yelled at because of potholes or something.
Be nice.
You've been watching way too much Park and Rec.
He was first.
Because we've got two, we'll start over here and then we'll zigzag back and forth, but over here first of all.
Hello.
Hi.
Do you think once Class is kind of established as a series that we would be able to get more crossover episodes with Doctor Who and Class?
I never say never about anything. I mean, the whole... what I believe from the very start about season 1 of Class is that it has to stand on its own, and that has been our single goal for series 1, to make it stand on its own, to make you care about this story and these stories that happen. I'm open to everything. I mean, the universe is a fantastic place. It's a magnificently huge place with all kinds of lines and dots you can connect. So never say never. But but watch now.
First of all, excellent work on the episode. I really enjoyed it.
Thanks, babe.
Is it okay if I ask 2 questions?
Go on, go.
Well, that would make... Is that
Okay,
the first one?
The first one I just want to ask, what is your favourite thing about working on Class?
The cast.
The cast and the crew.
Yeah.
And these two, of course. No, everyone, we always just say how much of a privilege it's been to just when I first met these lot at the read through, I was just like, thank God, I've actually got people that I'm going to get along with. And this is my first time personally that I've actually got along with a cast so much that we actually hang out. It's weird. So honestly, just filming with these lot has been a pleasure.
We did have the best shoot. We had, in front of the camera and behind the camera, there was so much laughing and japes and mucking about that is undoubtedly going to dribble on social media in the next few weeks. But it was just an absolute hoot. It was very hard work, but we all laughed our asses off doing it.
It's easier when you've got a really, filming is long hours, and especially when it's quite action heavy, which this is, and it develops to be more so. And I couldn't have asked for a better cast and crew. I think they made it really easy. So thanks, guys.
And part 2?
I know this might be a silly question, but you were talking about this earlier about the ships in the show. I was just wondering, who do each one of you ship in the show?
Oh, spoiler alert.
Series 2, we're going to try and turn Faddy. So, you never know.
It's fine, I've got a Viv. I don't even want him. Yes!
No, there's a lot of relationships that build, not even just with us. There's a lot of relationships that build throughout the show, which I feel like, it's up to you who you want to ship. So, yeah.
I ship Korakinus and my dad. Who would win in the arguments? I don't know.
Moving on.
Yes.
If each of you could play any of the characters, which one would you choose to play?
Miss Quill.
I'd play Charlie.
I'd play
Miss
Miss
Quill
Quill
if I
because she's the best character ever made.
Yeah.
I love her.
Yeah, although I would give her flat shoes. Yeah, because how I can't wear heels for an hour. How does she do it? How does she run in them all the time?
Yeah.
Serious lady gift.
Yeah.
Yes, over here, thank you.
Hi, my name is Shahada.
What?
Hi.
My question is, what is the biggest challenge you faced whilst filming?
Wow.
I think night shoots are quite difficult. We started filming in spring. I know that's quite an obvious answer, but it's freezing cold, and we would like penguin together because it's so cold. I think long shoots in the freezing cold 4 o'clock mornings.
Definitely night shoots, and I feel like all the emotional stuff which the season is jam-packed with. The emotional stuff is really fun to film, but it's obviously really hard because you have to keep finding the emotion every take, and just, it actually gets to you. I feel like sometimes after I've had like an emotional day of filming, afterwards everyone's like, "Are you alright?" But I'm just genuinely still there.
You're wrecked,
weird.
and you kind of take it home.
Yeah.
To an extent, yeah.
There was a couple of weeks specifically that got pretty tricky.
Oh God, yeah.
I won't say too much about it, but it's just, there were a couple of weeks where the location was really oppressive and great to work with, having that environment to help with the emotions of it. But yeah, that got tricky for a while. You'll know it when it comes to it.
But honestly, when you guys see that episode, you all did your finest work. It's phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal.
I've done ADR for it. Well,
yeah. Don't say anything about it, but yeah, you did the ADR for it.
I've done ADR for it recently, and honestly, 6 and 8 are like, I don't know which one's my favorite out of them two, but I cannot wait for you guys to see 6 because, yeah.
Thank you. That sound.
Yes, Jen, over here.
11.
Yeah.
Hi.
Cosplay moment. Go ahead.
Oh.
I'm a massive fan. I'm just wondering, because sixth form is only 2 years, will that affect the future of the show?
I've been wondering this as well.
Well, it's there are a couple ways that there are a couple approaches that could be taken. It depends on how long you think a season lasts. Is it a full year, or is it part of a year? Or could we have something super mega clever in mind for, say, a season 3? There are ways, but it was kind of like I love that sort of scary challenge. I love that sort of scary challenge. I love that we aren't going to play by that rule maybe necessarily. And that to me kind of keeps me awake as a writer. It keeps me thinking, well, why do we have to play by that rule? Why can't we do something else? Why can't we break it and do something else? So stay tuned. There's ways. Stay tuned.
And these guys are so busy fighting alien invasion, they're not studying, so they're all going to get held back. They're going to be there for years.
Exactly.
They're going to be like, they're going to be in their 40s with mortgages and still at Coal Academy.
Yes, 11.
Oh.
What do you think are the most important traits of your characters?
Thank you.
I'll go. I'll go.
My alluring sensuality.
For Charlie, I think it's discovery. It's learning and coming to terms with who he is and where he fits in. Boom.
Loyalty. That sounded sinister. Loyalty.
I would say the passion and courage behind Ram, especially the passion, because I feel like in everything he does, football, saving aliens, saving Tanya, saving anyone, he just does it with all his heart. So his heart, I would say, his courage and passion.
I mean, I could just pick an easy one and say
Mad brains.
Mad brain, collect brains. But yeah, I'll go with that. Yeah, it's good. It's good to know stuff. Knowledge is power.
Yeah.
I think my favourite trait about April is the way that she learns to adapt to some pretty horrendous things that are thrown at her, and she just gets on with it, because in life there's the pros and the cons, and surely you've got to focus on the pros, because where are you going to be? You're going to be trapped in yesterday if you focus on the cons. So that and her strength.
Cool.
Thank you.
And yes, okay.
Can we expect any class merchandise coming up soon?
Yeah!
I hope so. I would wear
I
it
hope so,
every
I hope
day.
so, I hope so. I really want class merchandise for myself.
Well, there are books out. There are 3 books out. And I'm sure there'll be aprons and oven mitts. I don't know, I think so. I think so. I don't know for sure. But there are definitely books out. So.
Who wants an action figure?
Yes!
I want a pop head.
Like,
or
yeah,
the,
that's
the,
what- that's
the,
all I
the
want,
bob-
a pop head.
The ones
I just
with
want
the
a pop
heads that are like that you put in. Yeah,
Like what?
the one. Shut up.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes, okay.
Patrick, I loved your series, The Knife of Never Letting Go. Do you think any of that got into class?
I hope not, because Lionsgate owns the rights. Well, I mean, do you write? That's okay. It was all right. That's good. It wasn't an accusation. I mean, everything I read and everything I've ever done would just sort of stuff into the stew, and so yeah. I mean, there's definitely going to be thematic links. You know, there are different characters, but there's still. You know, I care about. There are things that I care about and that I want to see. Often because I felt like I didn't see them when I was 15, 16. I mean, I would have just. I was about to say I would have stabbed someone in the face if I could have seen a Charlie Mateish relationship when I was 15 on screen. But let's edit out the violent part of that. I would really like to have seen a Charlie Mateish relationship on screen because I never saw that, for example. And I wanted to be taken seriously and I wanted to be spoken to like I was an intelligent person with opinions and ideas. And that is in all my work, I think. So that kind of stuff might keep coming up. But no dogs were harmed in the filming of Class. Although I'm getting stuff about the principal already. You heartless bastard. The head teacher, yes. How could you? I'm like, do you know me? Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, over here.
Hello. I was wondering, because of the advancements of the Doctor Who universe, if there were any villains that you would like to see come into class?
What I always say to this question, and what is absolutely 100% true, is that if you had a chance to enter the Doctor Who universe and make up your own villains, wouldn't you just run with it? Wouldn't you just? I mean, I grew up really quite poor, and all I ever wanted was to hold a book in my hand that I'd written. That was my one goal. Everything since then kind of feels like cake. You know, but what the other result of that is that it feels like everything might be the last chance, and I think it's a good way to approach work. Because do you write? A little. It's okay. It's okay. You don't have to. It's okay. Because my philosophy is I always say I don't think real writers don't write. They write anyway. You know, I didn't think I could publish a book. I wrote one anyway. I didn't think I could write a screenplay. I wrote one anyway. That kind of stuff. And so I look at they may never give me this chance again. I may never get more than 8 episodes of Class, so by God, I'm going to stuff it with all the crap that I want, you know? So that's kind of my philosophy. I've been given a chance to make stuff up, and boy, am I going to run with it. But again, never say never in the future. Who knows? Who knows?
Well, we've got time for a couple more questions.
Sorry.
Over here.
Hi, when you come up with the monsters, do you sort of tie them into the themes of the story, or do you sort of what's the word? Do you come up with the monsters and then come up with the story, or do you come up with the story first?
I usually come to this story first. I really try not to have capital A allegory monsters, because, boy, you can spot those a mile away. But, I mean, when I'm responding to a story, I feel like I'm usually responding to it for a reason. Or if I'm responding to a monster, I feel like I'm responding to for a reason. Like there's something creepy, something... like the Lankin felt really uncomfortable to me. The insinuation of it and the reaching out is something I find personally uncomfortable, and so I was responding to that feeling. And then the story that comes along with it tends to tie in a little thematically with it, but I don't want to be too on the nose, you know, because otherwise you get I am the bully monster, you know, and nobody wants that. I don't want that. So I really try not to, because everything has to be a story first. It has to be a story first. Because, I mean, nobody wants, even if you agree with every word, nobody wants to listen to a sermon. I don't. Well, I mean, you might, but I don't. I don't offend any churchgoers. So, I don't know, it's a mystical thing. Do you write?
I study screenwriting at uni at the moment because I'm a film student.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been writing at the moment.
See, my advice would always be to write a movie you want to see yourself, which is much, much harder than it sounds, because the story you respond to is going to have all the stuff you care about in it, and people are going to respond to that joy of telling the story. They might not know that they're responding to joy, but your joyousness of the experience of writing it is going to be all over it, and people will respond to that. So if you can set aside expectation, if you can set aside what you think a market wants or what a studio wants or what has already been done. Nobody was looking for the first Harry Potter. Nobody was looking for the first Hunger Games, even though they already had it in Battle Royale. But yeah, write something you want to see yourself, and you'd be amazed at how many people come for it.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, and good luck.
Last question.
I'm sorry.
No pressure. We're making a good one.
Do you guys have any funny stories from on set, like bloopers or anything like that?
Yeah.
Yes, we do, and no, we can't.
We top of the chair one. Is that one?
Mate,
Come on, Viv. You got this, Viv.
Basically, Fanny fell off his chair. Like, it's way funnier than that.
It was a really serious moment, and he was acting like a real hard man with attitude. And then he just goes arse over tit and falls falls backwards because he's trying to be really cool, like leaning back. I'm not going to do it. Fall backwards.
Well, who we haven't talked about is the absolutely fantastic Catherine Kelly, who's just amazing. And she's so fantastic to work with. And if you've seen episode 2, there's a scene where she finally yells at the inspector and says, "I'm going to string you up by your..." Well, there's several minutes of that you didn't see. Just her improvising the most obscene things that she's going to do to this inspector. So there's a bit of that. That was very, very funny. We kept having to tell the extras to shush.
Amazing. Well, with that, we must ring the bell on this panel. Class debuts new episodes on BBC Three every Saturday. But for now, please join me in thanking our fantastic
We're going to sign.
Patrick Ness, Greg, Fanny, Vivian, and Sophie.
We'll be signing outside. So. Yeah, we'll be signing somewhere. At the signing place.
18, 19, and 20 at the signing area is where the cast and Patrick will be signing. Thank you.